Hello and welcome on Watches TV. We are at the A.Lange booth with Mr. Tony de Haas. So, we know the A.Lange one. We know that you guys do perpetual calendars. You do Tourbillon also. We know it with the Lumen. But for the first time, we see all this combined in this massive clock behind us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you achieve this?
You have more than 5 minutes?
Actually, no.
Okay, I try to keep it very short. You remember that we launched the A.Lange one Tourbillon perpetual calendar, the first one, in 2012. Yeah. And nothing would be more easier just to put on that movement the glass dial and the Lumen and the Superluminova.
Yes, it sounds initially kind of easy.
Logic.
Yeah, logic, yeah. But
so that's the reason why we didn't do it. No, we have been building that watch since 2012.
It's crazy.
We learned a lot about the techniques, so we said, okay, when we do something like that, first of all, it has to be very elegant, and maybe a little bit less loud than the previous 6 Lumens. For example, the Grand A.Lange one Lumen had printed Roman numerals in Superluminova. That's more in your face. Here we have chosen a very complicated but special technique. We left the white gold, our markers, the Roman numerals and so on, and we did on the back of the glass. There we had a slightly bigger Roman numeral, but then made of Superluminova. So you have a kind of a backlight effect. The fun thing is, if you light, it also shines on the movement. It's a very crazy kind of thing. So from one thing to the other, we then things become suddenly complicated, and we say, no, we have to do the day and night indication, which we do in our newer watches, which we do in our, that's a fair.
Yeah, that's a fair.
So, which we do in a new watch. We wanted to do that inside. And maybe you have an idea to make that tourbillon on the back of the watch slightly more visual. So, what did we do? We changed the gear train, and it comes from a different angle. And now we have 2 very nice, well-made steel bridges for the tourbillon cage, and the gear train comes. So we, at the end, we have a new caliber.
Yeah, basically you started from scratch.
And that's a risk if you're a dreamer.
Yeah.
But we are actually very happy with it, because I don't think we would be happy with just putting, that's not us.
No.
And maybe it's not fair towards the collectors, because it's the same movement with another dial, and it's more than 14 years later. No, we do new. We learned. Some people say never stand still, but we learn. We are eager to learn, and we put that in the watches we present.
So, I mean, obviously, on mechanical side, in terms of finishing and everything, I mean, it's to the utmost beautiful
like
A.Lange
you may
standards.
Expect from
Yes,
us, yeah.
Absolutely. But tell us a little bit more about the particularity, indeed, of that dial, the complexity of actually making that dial.
So, you want me to share the nightmares we had during? Honestly, this is the most complicated Lumen dial. We have also with the calendar the outer ring, the month ring, which is normally separate from the dial. It didn't work with the glass, so we needed to cover that. So you have a ring which is aggressively moved at the end of the month, click, underneath a very fine glass dial. So you have with the end shakes and the space you have to work with. Then the backlight effect of that Lumen, the Roman numerals and so on, that was also a thing. So there's a lot of components of which that dial is made of. Little plates of Superluminova, not being too heavy, not being too thick. The watch is only 0.2 or 0.8 millimeters thicker than the regular or the previous version. So you have to have that. We have the glass dial is in. Suspension is maybe overdone, but in rubber gasket secured.
Well, at the same time, it has to be sturdy. I mean, it has to be. I mean, I guess
we do with this, not the big one, but the real one. Not that people think my eyes are getting bad and the clocks were, now they're making clocks. No, but we do with this watch the same test as with all the watches. So the pendulum, the smash, the 5000G, it must work out, and that is sometimes a headache, but. Sometimes it's also glorious moments if it works, and I think that's a typical A.Lange approach, and that's business as usual.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. How many pieces will be produced?
50 watches, limited edition, 50 watches in platinum.
Okay.
And and then we'll see. So now we have to build.
Well, good luck on that.
Yeah.
And congratulations again. Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.